For most of our lives, dairy has been advertised as nature's perfect food. Milk, cheese, and yogurt were staples on the family table, and we were told they would make us strong and healthy. But after age 50, our bodies change. Our kidneys don't filter as efficiently. Our hearts become more sensitive to excess sodium and saturated fats. Blood sugar control becomes harder. Even our memories and cognition can be affected by certain ingredients hidden in common dairy products. Let me give you a simple example. This fruit-flavored yogurt may seem like a light, healthy snack, but that single cup often has as much sugar as a can of soda. For someone managing diabetes or high blood pressure, that healthy choice can send blood sugar soaring or contribute to weight gain and inflammation. What about these processed cheese slices? They may look harmless, but they're packed with sodium, emulsifiers, and oils that do more harm than good. For seniors already on blood pressure medication, just 2 slices can push your daily sodium intake dangerously high, putting extra strain on your heart. That's why in this video I want to help you separate fact from fiction. I'll expose the most dangerous dairy products, often disguised as healthy, and highlight the safe, reliable choices that can truly support your bones, heart, and digestion. Small, informed swaps can make a big difference, not just in the numbers on a lab test, but in how you feel day to day. Flavored yogurts, they're in so many grocery stores, and many people believe they are a light, healthy snack. They look so wholesome with colorful berries on the packaging, and many yogurts have claimed like good for digestion or supports bone health. But don't be fooled. A single 6 to 80 ounce cup of flavored yogurt can contain 25 to 30 grams of sugar, the same as a can of soda. And for adults over 50, that much added sugar is more than just empty calories. It can cause sudden blood sugar spikes, which over time worsens insulin resistance, increases inflammation, and can contribute to unwanted weight gain. For someone managing diabetes or pre-diabetes, this healthy snack can be especially harmful, silently working against blood sugar control. Let me give you an example. One of my patients, a 62-year-old woman, told me she switched from cookies to fruit yogurt, thinking it was better for her blood sugar. But her glucose readings were still unusually high. When we reviewed her diet, we discovered that her yogurt cup contained almost 29 grams of sugar. Essentially, that yogurt was a dessert, not a health food. That hidden sugar was the culprit. So here's my advice. If the nutrition label shows more than 12 to 15 grams of sugar per serving, think of it as dessert, not a health food. Plain Greek yogurt is your best choice. It has more protein, less sugar, and will keep you full longer. If you want sweetness, add a handful of fresh berries or a small drizzle of honey. That way you control how much sugar goes into your body, instead of letting the manufacturer decide for you. Remember, a healthy snack should help you stay full and keep your blood sugar steady. Nothing in this video is intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Stay healthy, my friends. That's right, those neon-hued cheese slices may seem like a quick and easy addition to your burgers and sandwiches, but they're mostly a clever blend of marketing and manufacturing, not nutrition. And here's what that means for your health, especially as you age. The first clue that something isn't quite right with those bright orange or yellow cheese slices is their suspiciously uniform appearance. If it looks like every slice is the same size and shape with a shiny, almost plastic-like wrap, chances are it's a processed cheese, not real cheese. That's because real cheese has natural variations in texture and color due to factors like the type of milk, aging, and the cheese-making process itself. On the other hand, processed cheese is mass-produced, meaning it's standardized, uniform, and shelf-stable, which is great for manufacturers, but not so much for your health. So what exactly am I talking about? Well, the American FDA defines processed cheese as a mixture of one or more cheeses with or without other ingredients that are made by heating and mixing the cheese with or without separation of its constituents. In simpler terms, think of it as a combination of cheese products that are chemically combined and heated to the point where they become inseparable. And that's when all those additional ingredients come into play. Manufacturers add things like oils, starches, emulsifiers, and a lot of salt to make the cheese slice look, feel, and melt in a way that is consistent and appealing. For instance, The low-fat cheese slices that are so popular today often use hydrogenated oils to give them that creamy texture we associate with cheese. But these trans fats are notorious for raising bad cholesterol levels, which can clog your arteries and increase your risk of developing heart disease. But it's not just about the fats. The sodium content of these cheese slices can also be off the charts. A recent study found that a typical serving of cheese slices can contain as much as 800 milligrams of sodium, which is a third of the recommended daily intake for adults over 50. Too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, putting extra strain on your heart and kidneys. And let's face it, if you're enjoying a burger, you're probably going to want more than 1 or 2 slices. Before you know it, you've consumed a significant portion of your daily sodium limit without even realizing it. But wait, there's more. Those seemingly innocent cheese slices may also contain milk proteins that can be hard to digest, especially as we age. This can lead to discomfort and bloating, which is the last thing you want after a delicious meal. So what can you do instead? Well, luckily, there's an easy solution. Simply choose real cheese. It may cost a bit more and doesn't melt as neatly in the microwave, but the difference in both tastes and nutrition is well worth it. Real cheese contains more protein, less additives, and better nutrition. It's also easier to control the portion size and you won't be overloading your body with unhealthy fats and excessive sodium. So next time you're at the grocery store, skip the brightly colored processed cheese slices and opt for a nice block of cheddar, mozzarella, or feta instead. Your taste buds and your heart will thank you. I'm a practicing physician. I'm a geriatric medicine specialist. Let's talk about cottage cheese. Okay. So many people think cottage cheese is a very healthy, high-protein snack, and it can be. But many tubs of cottage cheese on the supermarket shelves have more in common with chemically processed ice cream than they do with a simple dairy product. Now, in addition to the usual milk, curds, and cream, many commercial cottage cheese products contain gums, stabilizers, preservatives, and other additives that may not be the best choices for older adults. Why is this a concern for older adults? Well, additives and stabilizers, these are ingredients such as carrageenan, guar gum, and xanthan gum, are added to improve texture and shelf life. They're not always harmful, but they do represent unnecessary processing. Over time, highly processed foods can contribute to inflammation and digestive discomfort, especially in older adults who may already have some degree of gut inflammation, or who might be dealing with reduced stomach acid, bloating, or other digestive issues. And we know that older adults are more likely to experience these problems. Now, the other concern is microbial risk. Okay, so because cottage cheese is a fresh dairy product, it has the potential to harbor the bacteria Listeria monocytogenes. Now this bacteria can survive even in refrigeration temperatures and can cause a serious infection called sepsis or meningitis, particularly in vulnerable people such as older adults and people with weakened immune systems. The fatality rate of listeriosis, that's the infection from Listeria, can be as high as 20%. I remember counseling an older gentleman who ate cottage cheese almost every night as his healthy protein snack. He was quite surprised to learn that some brands that were on the recall lists had been linked to Listeria contamination. He was even more surprised to learn that the brand he usually ate was considered a more premium brand and typically didn't have additives. He now buys brands with short ingredient lists, just milk, cream, and salt, and sometimes makes his own quick version by straining plain Greek yogurt. So here are some practical tips. Always read the label. Look for tubs with only a few ingredients: milk, cream, and salt. Avoid products that list multiple gums, natural flavors, or preservatives high up on the ingredient list. You may want to choose ricotta cheese, which is often simpler and less processed, or make a cottage-style curd at home using strained yogurt. It's fresh, it's safe, and there's no additives. Pay attention to recall notices. The FDA and the CDC post Listeria warnings, and older adults should take these seriously. So, bottom line, cottage cheese can be a healthy option, but keep it simple. The more chemicals and processing on the label, the further it strays from being truly nutritious. Now, if you are interested in learning about other healthy snacks for older adults, click on this playlist on the top right corner. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you. Today we're talking about 2 common foods that might be secretly harmful to our health, especially for older adults. I'm a geriatrician and your host for today. Food No. 1. Canned evaporated milk. Evaporated milk in cans. Evaporated milk is often praised for its convenience, long shelf life, creamy texture, and easy use in desserts, sauces, or coffee. But for older adults, the hidden risk isn't always in the milk itself, it's in the can lining. The BPA problem. Many cans are lined with bisphenol, a BPA, or related chemicals. These chemicals can seep into the milk, especially when the can is heated or left in direct sunlight. Studies have linked BPA exposure to hormonal disruption, kidney stress, and possible cardiovascular risks. Even low levels, when repeated over months or years, can add up, especially in seniors already managing high blood pressure, kidney issues, or hormone-sensitive conditions like an underactive thyroid. Cumulative exposure. I once spoke with a patient who made rice pudding with evaporated milk every week. The dessert itself wasn't the problem, it was the steady exposure to BPA from the cans, combined with other packaged foods in her diet. Over time, this exposure can quietly strain the body. Practical tips. 1. Choose BPA-free cans. Some brands now advertise BPA-free linings, always worth looking for on the label. 2. Consider powdered milk as an alternative. Many come in cartons or pouches without chemical linings. When reconstituted, they behave almost the same in recipes. 3. Try UHT, ultra-high temperature, boxed milk for a safer, shelf-stable option. 4. Transfer after opening. If you must use canned evaporated milk, move the contents to a glass container instead of storing it in the opened can. Bottom line, a can of evaporated milk once in a while is unlikely to harm you. But if it's a weekly habit, the long-term chemical exposure may not be worth the convenience. Seniors can still enjoy creamy recipes, just choose safer packaging whenever possible. Food No. 2. Ice cream from big box brands. Ice cream often brings back childhood memories, summer nights, family gatherings, or just a sweet comfort after a long day. But not all ice creams are created equal, and many large low-cost brands pack more than just cream and sugar. High sugar and empty calories. A single serving from some tubs contains 20 to 30 grams of added sugar, similar to a can of soda. For older adults, these sugar spikes can worsen insulin resistance, weight gain, and inflammation. They can also boost the risk of chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes or worsen existing blood sugar problems. Chemical stabilizers and dyes. To keep ice cream creamy and long-lasting, many brands add high fructose corn syrup, gums, artificial stabilizers, and even synthetic dyes. Some of these additives are restricted or banned in parts of Europe due to health concerns. Hidden risks for seniors. I once met a patient who enjoyed a bowl of value brand ice cream every night. Over time, his blood sugar crept upward, his weight increased, and he struggled with higher blood pressure. The problem wasn't ice cream itself, it was the cheap formula overloaded with sugar and chemicals. Practical tips. 1. Check the label. If sugar is one of the first ingredients and the total is over 15 g per serving, treat it as a dessert splurge, not a daily food. 2. Choose simple brands. Look for ice creams with milk, cream, sugar, and vanilla as the main ingredients. Short labels usually mean fewer additives. 3. Homemade alternatives. A small bowl of plain Greek yogurt with honey and frozen berries gives creaminess and flavor without the chemical burden. 4. Portion wisely. Even with higher quality ice cream, keep portions modest. A few spoonfuls can satisfy without spiking your blood sugar. Bottom line, ice cream doesn't need to be off limits. But for seniors, the safest path is quality over quantities. Keep the bargain tubs full of chemicals and enjoy a smaller serving of real, simple ice cream instead. Remember, it's the little changes that make the big difference. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, stay healthy and enjoy your food. Today we're going to discuss two popular grocery items that are not what they seem. And for some people, especially those over 65, they can be dangerous. So if you want to protect yourself and your loved ones, watch to the end where I'll show you the healthy alternatives. The first item on our list is non-dairy cream cheese blends. At first glance, these may seem like a healthier or lighter option, especially for folks trying to avoid lactose or dairy allergies. The packaging often highlights plant-based or dairy-free, giving the impression of a wholesome and safer alternative. But the truth is far from that. These spreads are anything but wholesome. Many of these non-dairy spreads are built on a base of refined seed oils, emulsifiers, gums, and preservatives. Some even contain sodium, caseinate, a milk protein. So despite being labeled non-dairy, they are not truly dairy-free. Now that poses a problem for people with milk allergies, who may be buying these products believing they are completely safe to consume. Not only that, but diets high in refined seed oils like soy, corn, or canola can increase inflammation in the body over time. They also tend to raise LDL, or bad cholesterol, and alter the balance of other blood fats, adding unnecessary stress to the heart and circulation. For older adults who are already managing high blood pressure, heart disease, or taking blood thinners, this can raise the risk of issues like stroke, heart attack, or blood clots. On top of that, in recent years, there have been large recalls of cream cheese spreads due to contamination, including salmonella. When contamination hits a big processing plant, thousands of tubs can end up in homes nationwide before the problem is caught. So what can you do instead? First, read labels carefully. If you see long lists of emulsifiers or oils at the top of the ingredient list, it's highly processed. Stick to a shorter list of simple whole foods. Real cream cheese should have just milk, cream, and cultures. That's it, nothing else. For a plant-based alternative to cream cheese, try mashed avocado with lemon juice. This provides a creamy texture, healthy fats and fiber, without the industrial additives. Remember, moderation is key. Even with real cream cheese, use it sparingly on your favorite breads or veggies. Look for brands with transparent labels and no history of recalls. Bottom line, non-dairy blends are often processed foods in disguise. For seniors, it's wiser to choose a small amount of real cream cheese or simple whole food alternatives rather than tubs of oils and gums pretending to be dairy. Now let's talk about a beverage booster that seems innocent enough. Powdered coffee creamer. For many, it's a beloved ritual to add a spoonful to their morning coffee. But what if I told you these little packets may be doing more harm than good? Let's start by examining what's actually in these packets. The ingredient list usually begins with corn syrup solids, refined vegetable oils like soy or canola, and sodium caseinate, a milk-derived protein. Then come emulsifiers, anti-caking agents, and sometimes artificial flavors. Despite the non-dairy label, many still contain milk proteins. Now here's the issue. The first two ingredients, corn syrup and oils, are refined carbohydrates and unhealthy fats. They deliver empty calories that can raise LDL, or bad cholesterol, and contribute to weight gain and metabolic disorders like diabetes. For older adults, regular consumption of these creamers is linked to increased heart and metabolic risks. This is especially concerning for individuals with diabetes, heart disease, or kidney problems. Additionally, the non-dairy labels on these products can be misleading for seniors with milk allergies or lactose intolerance. If you're one of them, always check the label. Now, for a healthier alternative, consider using plain milk or half and half if it's tolerable. For those seeking plant-based options, unsweetened oat milk or almond milk can provide a creamy texture and subtle sweetness without the additives. You can also use powdered coconut milk for a richer, less processed alternative to coffee creamer. Remember, shorter ingredient lists generally mean healthier choices. Bottom line, powdered creamers may make coffee more creamy and appealing, but they sacrifice your health for convenience. For seniors, real milk, coconut powder, or simple plant-based milk alternatives are better choices for your heart, weight management, and overall well-being. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have you ever wondered what foods might be secretly sabotaging your health? Today, I'm diving into 9 ordinary foods that seem harmless, but can actually be dangerous for your health, and revealing the sneaky ways they harm you. I'm here. Let's dive in together with food number 9, sweetened condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk is one of those pantry staples many of us grew up with, used in coffee, desserts, or traditional recipes like dulce de leche. But for older adults, this tiny can packs a powerful and often dangerous punch of sugar. What's inside? A single 2 tablespoon serving usually contains 18 to 22 grams of sugar and around 120 to 130 calories. That's the sugar equivalent of a candy bar in just a couple of spoonfuls. Health concerns: rapid blood sugar spikes, making it risky for anyone with diabetes or prediabetes. Increases insulin resistance over time, leading to a higher risk of metabolic syndrome and heart disease. hidden calories that promote weight gain, even when you think you're just adding a little bit to coffee or dessert. Example, I remember a woman in her 70s who loved making Vietnamese iced coffee every morning. She thought one small spoon of condensed milk was harmless, but by the time we measured, she was adding 3 to 4 tablespoons daily. Her blood sugar kept climbing and her diabetes meds had to be adjusted. The problem wasn't her coffee, it was the sugar overload hiding in the condensed milk. Practical tips: treat sweetened condensed milk as an occasional dessert ingredient, not a daily staple. Look for unsweetened evaporated milk or reconstituted powdered milk as healthier alternatives. If you crave sweetness, add a small spoon of honey or pure maple syrup yourself. That way, you control the amount of sugar. When baking, consider reduced sugar recipes that cut the condensed milk portion in half or use lighter substitutes. Bottom line, sweetened condensed milk is not bad in small amounts, but for seniors, it's far too easy to overuse. Think of it like liquid candy, delicious on special occasions, but dangerous if it becomes a daily habit. Your heart, blood sugar and waistline will thank you for keeping it rare. Now, let's move on to food number 10, flavored milk drinks. Flavored milk chocolate, strawberry, banana may look like a fun, harmless treat. The cartons often boast about calcium and vitamins, making them appear like a healthy choice. But in reality, for older adults, these drinks can be just as sugary and harmful as soda. What's inside? Most flavored milk cartons contain 20 to 35 grams of sugar per serving, the same as a can of soda. That's a sugar bomb hiding under the label of milk. Health concerns: causes blood sugar spikes that are especially dangerous for those with diabetes or prediabetes. Increases strain on the kidneys and heart, organs already working harder after age 50. Artificial colors are often added for the fun look. These dyes don't add nutrition and in some people can irritate digestion or even affect attention. Example, one of my patients, a grandfather, used to drink strawberry milk every morning because he thought it was good for his bones. After reviewing his food log, we realized he was consuming the sugar equivalent of 2 sodas per day. Once he switched back to plain milk with a touch of cocoa powder, his blood sugar stabilized and he actually felt less fatigued. Practical tips: treat flavored milk as a dessert, not a health drink. Make your own version. Add unsweetened cocoa powder or a dash of cinnamon to plain milk, with just a small spoon of honey if needed. For kids or grandchildren, dilute flavored milk with plain milk to cut the sugar in half. Then gradually reduce. Seniors should pair even small amounts of flavored milk with protein-rich snacks, like nuts or a boiled egg, to help blunt the blood sugar rise. Bottom line, flavored milk is marketed as a fun way to get calcium, but for older adults, it often behaves like soda in disguise. If you want the benefits of milk, stick to the plain kind. Save the flavored versions for very occasional indulgence, not your daily breakfast. If you've enjoyed this video, please share for more health insights. Stay well, and I'll see you next time. Today, we're diving deep into 2 dairy do's and don'ts that can either silently sabotage your health or become your secret weapon for healthy aging. So if you're ready to separate the good from the bad, let's get started. Don't fall for the sweet trap. Many popular yogurts, especially those marketed as healthy or light, are loaded with added sugars. These sneaky carbs can quickly boost your blood sugar and over time increase your risk of chronic conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline. Instead, choose plain yogurt made with live and active cultures. This allows you to control the sweetness by adding your own fresh fruit or a touch of stevia. Plain yogurt is also a better choice for your gut health because it contains beneficial bacteria and less added sugar. Don't get burned by the big cheese. Most shredded cheese, especially the kind found in the deli section, is ultra-processed. It starts out as a low-fat base, which means the majority of the product is water. To make it look and feel like cheese, manufacturers add a ton of sodium and emulsifiers like gargum or carrageenan. Over time, eating too much of these fake cheeses can wreak havoc on your kidneys and raise your blood pressure, making it harder to keep your heart and bones strong as you age. Stick to harder, full-fat cheeses like cheddar, Swiss, or Parmesan. They may be higher in calories, but they reach closer to their natural state and provide more nutrients like protein and calcium without the added junk. Do choose organic kefir. Kefir is a tangy fermented milk drink that's been a secret weapon in my practice for improving digestion, immunity, and bone health in older adults. Unlike traditional yogurt, kefir is loaded with billions of probiotics that help restore a healthy gut microbiome. A well-balanced gut is essential for breaking down food, absorbing nutrients, and even training your immune system to fight off invaders. Kefir is also naturally rich in protein, making it a fantastic choice for preserving muscle mass as you age. Plus, it delivers a good dose of calcium in a form that is easier on the kidneys than dairy alone. Do choose grass-fed butter. Butter has taken quite a beating over the years, but when it comes from happy cows that have grazed on green pastures and is used in small portions, it can be a healthy addition to your diet. First, grass-fed butter contains vitamin K2, which plays a crucial role in directing calcium into your bones and teeth while keeping it out of your arteries. In short, it's one of the best ways to keep your heart and bones strong as you age. Second, grass-fed butter has a better balance of omega-3 to omega-6 fats compared to conventional butter, which often comes from grain-fed cows. Lastly, butter is real fat in its most basic form, just like nature intended. Unlike margarine or store-bought spreads, it doesn't contain industrial oils or emulsifiers that can cause inflammation in your body over time. As we age, our bodies change, and it's essential to be mindful of what we put into them. By being aware of the hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and excess salts lurking in seemingly innocent foods, we can protect our hearts, kidneys, and joints, while nourishing our bodies with the nutrients they need to thrive. Remember, knowledge is the first step towards taking control of our health. And I'm here to empower you every step of the way. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with friends or family who could benefit. Together, we can spread awareness and help more people age with strength, energy, and dignity. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay strong, stay positive, and keep nourishing your body with love.